Hey guys, so boy have I got a treat for you. So Alpha Models have kindly supplied me a sample F1 2019 of Lewis Hamilton's World Championship winning car from 2019 to have a look at and talk about and do a build on. So the first thing I did was obviously open the box and have a look at it, and I just went, wow, this is an impressive kit. The cars themselves are pretty impressive in themselves, and the color scheme was, quite how thinking like, how am I going to do this? But move that aside, you look at the car and the kit, the quality of the kit, it is outstanding, absolutely brilliant. You look how nicely casted that is. I think that kind of speaks for itself, right? Beautifully done. Nice crisp mold lines, seams are good. It's crazy how long these cars are, eh? It's incredible. That's a 1/20th scale, and I lined this up next to a 1980s Formula One car. I think the Formula One car sort of finished, the nose of it finished around there. So these cars are quite a bit longer than the old cars, and but you look at this. This is how beautifully engineered and casted it is, and how fine the resin casting is. It's all multimedia, by the way, metal and resin. And the only thing you'd have to watch out for is a lot of these casts here are very fine, and you can see here this one's already started to break, so I'm going to have to reattach that when I get it. So if you do get one of these, yeah, just watch out and be very careful how you handle it, because obviously with these new cars it's all about aerodynamics and ground effects, and so they have wings everywhere, and this kit sort of shows it. And the resin, I can't see a single pit mark in here, so that looks like it's just beautifully done. Well done guys on that. Looks like it won't take much sanding because it is very thin as well. You can see the light coming through it just in there as well, so yeah, you have to be careful with that. So looking on all the parts, so there's the halo, which has saved so many lives. The massive front wing, it's very complex, and then you get all the other bits and pieces, various wings and suspension bits and brakes, and then you've got the that's the tub and the seat, and then you have the wheels. Now, just a hint, if you do get one of these with the wheels, they come shipped like that with the tyres inserted, which is all good because they can see that's for saving space when shipping. Tyres are good quality, by the way, nice and rubbery. Is just be careful because how finely casted that resin is, it's not going to take much to break it when you push the wheel out to paint it. So when you push it out, you push it by the edges, not by the middle, because if you push by the middle, it's not going to take much weight for it to snap off. All right, so when you get them out, it should look like that, because you can see here how fine those bits in the wheels are. So very nicely molded, and you can sort of see on the front wheels here too the same. You can see the little lines there. Very nicely done. What else can I say about this kit? I mean, there's so much photo etchness. If I just move all the stuff out of the road, you'll see here there's a stand. They should give you a stand, and one of the decals, which I'll talk about in a second, actually, because it was a world championship winning car, you'll see they give you a stand as the car in real life drives up to the podium. It sits in front of a nice little stand, and they give you that as well. Beautiful, nice touch. Gives you the templates for the spray painting of the tyres if you want to do that. Seat belt harnesses and all the various bits and pieces associated with the seats. This is another nice touch. Most of these cars I've seen built from Alpha Models is they go into a plaque, a wooden base or something like that. I'm probably going to, when I build this one, I'm probably going to put it onto like a mahogany or a Remu base. It just looks really nice. And that's just a nice little plaque you can just emblem that you can put on there as well, just to talk about the car a bit more. It's very nice. Yep, some more photo etch for the front wing by the looks of it, and that looks like seat belts. I'm not sure if I'll use those. I might just use cloth if they are the belts. I'll have to look at that. And then there's the photo etch for the various bits and pieces. Looks like for parts of the body. That looks like the part for the top of the wing, the fin, and a few more aero bits. Oh no, that looks like the radio antennas and that stuff there. Very nice. The decals. This is one thing that's going to be quite challenging. Mercedes in that year had quite a complicated colour scheme. So you can see here it's two-tone, black bottom, chrome around the top. So it's going to be one of those things where they don't actually give you a template. I think because it's aimed at the experienced builder, you will need to work out the masking, if anything. Probably not, because you'll need a decent airbrush to get to work with this one. A fine one with a fine needle. To do the black base first, and then you can do the chrome on top of it around the car as well. And then you'd have to line it up nicely to go with that green and white sort of highlight that goes along there. So it's going to take a bit of planning to do that, because there's all the green lines to go with it, right? And there's various inserts in the wheels and the logos and Petronas logos, and that's the Mercedes, all the various bits and pieces that go on top of the chrome, by the looks of it, around the top of the body as well. So yeah, it's quite a lot to it on the decal side. And there's if you opt for the tyre decals, they are there, and there are the various sponsors as well. Lewis Hamilton's famous number 44 number, and yeah, there's a lot to it. The quality of the decals looks really good. I haven't used them yet, but they look like they're printed really nicely. You see on there. Hopefully they'll, because I love to clear coat these kind of cars, because they just really pop with a nice clear on it. Hopefully they'll handle clear really well. So Alpha Models have got quite a good Facebook page and quite a good Facebook following, and I've been following some other people's builds, and they scrub up really nicely. Now in this series of Formula One cars, they do obviously this one, they do the Red Bull, and I believe they might be doing some others coming up soon. And it's nice to see a manufacturer like Alpha Models do these more modern cars. I hope they get them to do the newer shape cars too from the 2022-23 season. That'd be awesome. So yeah, that's great. Looking at the instructions, pretty simple, but again, they're aimed at the experienced builder, so you need to really follow what, know what you're doing. You can see there's not much to the instructions, but that's what they're aimed at, the experienced builder. And you can see here the exploded view of all the parts. Quite a bit to it, not bad. I would, now if I was to rate these kits to compare them to anything else, it's quite hard to say without talking about other manufacturing brands, but I would say these will be up at the high end of the 1/20th scale multimedia kits. They certainly are worth the money. Very nicely done, and probably I would say up to the top 1 or 2 manufacturers I've seen of these kind of modern Formula One cars. Very nicely done. When you get them, like any multimedia kit, they don't come in a flashy box, they just come in a basic box like that. And that's all you need, because all the money is spent on this. Really nicely done stuff. So yep, well done guys at Alpha Models. I'm looking forward to building this one over the next few months. They also did send me a McLaren. What is it? Which I will talk about in a separate video. This one here for you guys who like exotic supercars. So I'll get onto that one soon and talk about it. And I think they may actually produce, they sent me 2 of these. It's sort of how-to building guide as well, which is quite nice. It gives you a bit of an overview of the kits as well, building processes to use and some of the tools. Nice little touch. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that logo, Alpha Model. We're going to be looking at setting up our New Zealand Facebook page for them as well soon. And yeah, so fire through any questions you have to me, guys, because I am more than happy to have a chat with you about these kits. I'm very keen to start building this stuff. It looks very nice. So yeah, talk soon.